Examination of the lumbar region, similar to the examination of other regions of the spine, begins with localizing the spinous processes. The lumbar spinous processes are broader than in the other areas of the spine. These are often about 2 finger tips together for the width. And so you can then clearly identify between the spinous process of the thoracic spine, which is more like a single fingertip, versus a broader, larger spine in the lumbar region. Once you've identified where the general lumbar spine is, then identifying where L5 and L1 helps to define that region. It's often easiest to localize across the base of the sacrum, where you would have a solid bony mass, and then feel for a gap to find L5. Then feel for inner spaces to then identify L4, L3, L2, and L1. From there, you want to then progress to find the transverse processes. And as a general rule, you can estimate where those transverse processes are by using 2 fingers. They're usually about 2 fingers breadth lateral to the spinous process. So that gives you an initial region or area to search for the transverse processes. Secondly, when you look at the spinous process, typically you're going to want to go up towards that inner space and then lateral in order to find the transverse process. That's true for almost every lumbar vertebra except for L5, where the transverse processes are more in the same plane as the spinous process. If you were just to go a single finger breadth out, you can see you're going to land on the facet joint. And there are a variety of schools that will have people palpate at this area to try to identify if there is joint inflammation and pain by palpating along the facet joint. But that's only 1 finger's breadth out. You need to go 2 out in order to find that lumbar transverse process. Once you're out in the general region, then it is good to work on and off of the potential transverse process to give you confidence that you're feeling the right structure. So going superiorly and feeling a softer tissue area, then coming back and say, yeah, I still feel the muscle, but something feels harder underneath. Then going laterally, and here you're going to be palpating the muscle into the abdomen, so it's going to feel very soft. And as you come medially, you'll feel much more easily than from other directions, coming up onto the tip of the transverse process. Then you can move a little posteriorly to be able to clearly identify and then compare the right versus the left transverse process, or to perform motion testing for rotation to the left or to the right.